what drew me to computer graphics in the first place was that I watched the 1981 Disney version of Tron too many times as a kid. So many times that my parents said, you can't watch it anymore. They banned me from watching it. So I was just imprinted on computer graphics from a very early age. I was a very geeky kid, liked everything science and electronics, but somehow was always attracted to the visual arts. And so computer graphics, visual effects is kind of this perfect synthesis of, you know, science and math on one side and then visual artistry on the other. It's a very niche industry and need within Hollywood, and there's actually a lot of areas like that within Hollywood. It takes so many specialized disciplines to make something come together. So for other people, I would say, you know, if you are interested in this kind of work, is, you know, find out, learn what all these areas are, pray, test your call, say, God, is this who you truly made me to be? You know, and if it is, go for it. Don't worry about being poor your whole life. I guess that's one of the advantages of being a software engineer is we're in demand, we're well paid, but pretty much any other discipline within Hollywood, you're kind of living out of a motorhome on the streets for a lot of the time. So, but don't let that deter you. So I was previously working at DreamWorks, and about a year before I left, they started up a Bible study. So some people kind of started networking the Christians together. And what I discovered is they actually had some very large active Bible studies at all the other studios, like Warner Brothers and I think Universal Studios had a big one. And it's kind of like, why not? You know, like there's kind of all these other clubs, you know, they've got a wine club, you know, a chocolate club, you know, they've got, you know, Jewish groups and all other kind of like extracurricular groups. It's like, well, why not have the Christians have a group? An exciting thing about Hollywood is that there's so many transient people here and they really want to meet each other, and that's a really good thing. And then the other thing I would say is that in your corporate work environment is be subtly bold. Don't be ashamed of it, but it's like, oh, if someone else, you know, there is this other, you know, group, just be like, hey, you know, let's get some Catholics together, or oh, I'm going to start a Bible study. You know, make a mailing list at work or something like that. And I think you'll find a lot more people than what you would expect. Whenever you meet people, be it a party or a networking event or anything, the unwritten subtext of every conversation is, who are you and how can we mutually use each other? Be that either in industry or in romance, maybe you're a potential spouse for me or something like that. And I think it's really important for us to turn that off, to practice true selflessness and just say, I don't care what this person can give me. The most important thing is they are another soul that is going to meet the face of God someday, and you should give them that respect. A lot of people, I think, come to Hollywood saying, I want to do big things for God, but it's kind of very easy to have your ego piggyback on your faith sometimes, and sometimes it's kind of like, no, you kind of want to do big things for yourself. And being in Hollywood is the kind of place that refines you very quickly, and a lot of experienced Christians that I know who have been here for a long time really see their sort of primary mission as being able to minister to people in the industry one-on-one. People kind of like to use I think it's ascribed to St. Francis, you know, preach the gospel at all times, but you use words if necessary. And again, God bless my wonderful Christian friends, sometimes people are kind of using that as an excuse to not, you know, directly evangelize. We always have to be ready to give direct witness and say, I am a Christian. I went to church on the weekend. Oh, I went to a retreat. Oh, I was at a Bible study the other night. And quite honest, I guess what I found is when you're open and honest about those things, it's like, people are like, oh, hey, oh, you too, you know? And there's lots of other, you know, great Christians that I've met at all the places that I've worked with. And it's really empowering, I guess, to be able to meet up with those people and interact with them and support each other.